Hello, everyone. I am Teacher Bam, and our subject for today is Discipline and Ideas in the Social Sciences. We are now on Module 4 of Quarter 1. Okay, so our topic is we are now on linguistics. Uh, If you remember our lesson last week, it was about or the emergence of different social sciences. And one of the discipline of social sciences is linguistics. So we are going to talk about linguistics today. However, allow me to present to you first the most essential learning competency, and you have to explain the major events of economics and its contribution that led to the emergence of the science disciplines. And here's the following objectives: define and identify linguistics and its subfields and branches, demonstrate an understanding of linguistics as a social science discipline in a real world, appreciate the importance of the contribution of linguistics to the current society. So now let's start. What is linguistics? Linguistics is generally considered as a social science. Tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, one discipline of social science is linguistics, a natural science or a cognitive science. It is the study of language, its structure, including the study of morphology, the syntax, phonetics, phonology, and semantic. Specific branches of linguistics include the social linguistics, the dialectology, psycholinguistics, the computational linguistics, historical comparative, and applied linguistics. Okay, we have mentioned about the study of language. However, what is language? When we say language, it is the collection of symbols, letters, words with arbitrary meanings, governed by rules and used to communicate. Okay, so now let's study first the different subfields of linguistics. We have one, the phonology. What is phonology? It is the study of systematic organization, including the stress and annotation, insofar as they are invested with significance in a particular language. In other words, it is the study of speech sounds in their cognitive aspect. Another one, I think when we say phonology, this is defined as the study of sound patterns and their meanings, both within and across languages. So I think an example of phonology is when the study of the different sounds and the way they come together to form speech and words, such as the comparison of the sound of the two uh, P sounds, like sounds. Like, for example, in the word papa, papa. Okay, so the comparison of the um, two sounds, like okay. So another one is phonetics. When I say phonetics, it is the analysis of speech sounds in physiological and acoustic terms, and it is the study of speech, sound, and physical aspects. Ano naman ang kaibahan ng phonetics sa phonology kanina? So, phonology versus the phonetics. When we say phonetics, it deals with the production of speech by humans, often without prior knowledge of the language being spoken. Just like the one that I have mentioned a while ago, I think. Uh, the sounds of P or sounds, okay? However, when we say phonology, it deals with the different patterns of sounds in different languages or within each language, the different patterns of sounds in different positions in words, etc. Okay, so an example of phonetics, however, is balikan natin yung phonetics kanina because I forgot this. One example of phonetics is how the letter B or the P in the word bed is spoken, like bed, bed. Okay, because the word is the initial sound is something like that. You start out with your lips together, like okay. Then air from your lungs is forced over your vocal cords, which begin to vibrate and make noise. Like you are going to put your lips together, then the air from your lungs is forced over your vocal cords. Like, okay, to begin with a vibrate and have to make a noise, like something like that. Wow, am I an English teacher? So another subfield is the syntax. Okay, syntax. What is it? It is the study of structures and their relation to the combinational or combinatorial process of a particular language permits. It is also a study of possible universal constraints on combinatorial systems in language. In short, it is the study of the formation of sentence or sentences. Formation of sentences. Okay. Syntax also refers to the rules and principles that govern sentence structures in language. For example, how words and phrases may be joined. Though linguists have looked for syntactical rules that are universal in every language, it is now clear that there is no natural way to express thoughts because syntax varies widely in different languages. Okay, so when we say syntax, it is the ordinary arrangement of words and phrases to form proper sentences. So the most basic syntax follows like a subject plus the verb plus the verb plus the direct object formula. Again, subject plus the verb plus the direct object formula. So, like for example, Jillian hits the ball. Syntax allows us to understand that we wouldn't write. So, we cannot, if someone will say, hit the ball, Jillian, or hit Jillian the ball. So, we know that if, I mean, in the proper English grammar, it's wrong. Pero if you have to analyze what the speaker is trying to tell you, then you will understand. Okay. So another one is morphology, another subfield. Morphology is the study of the formation of words It seeks to determine the base units of meaning within a given language. It, a morpheme is the smallest unit of language which is individually meaningful. While sounds may distinguish words through minimal pairs, they are not expressly responsible for the meaning of word. And morphemes may be subdivided into free and bound morpheme. So in linguistics, when we say morphology, it is the study of words, how they are formed, and the relationship to other words in the same language. So, kung paano nabuo or paano binuo yung words and how that word related to the next word in the same language, that is morphology. Okay. Another one is pragmatics. So, medyo dito ako na-excite sa pragmatics. When I say pragmatics, this is the subfield of linguistics and semiotics that studies the way which context contributes to meaning. It is a study of linguistic signs, words, and sentences in an actual situation. It also refers to the study of language use, kung anong language ang ginagamit mo. Pragmatics looks beyond the literal meaning of the utterance and considers how meaning is constructed as well as focusing on implied meaning. So you have to focus the implied meaning of what the speaker is trying to tell you. It considers language as an instrument of interaction. What people mean when they use the language, kung anong ibig nilang sabihin when they talk about that language or when they use that language, and how we communicate and understand each other. It might be wrong if we are going to use it like in an English grammar. It might be wrong, it but if the speaker and the receiver understood each other, then that could be pragmatics. Okay. So, like for example, one example here is, can you pass the salt? Ano kayang ibig sabihin ng speaker dito? So, in literal meaning, actually, the speaker, I mean, it's like saying, are you physically able to do the task? Kaya mo bang gawin yan? Can you pass the salt? Kaya mo bang ibigay sa akin yung asin? Something like that. However, okay, literally, ang ganun gagawin mo if you receive that information, you will say, yes, I am able. I can do that. I can pass the salt. Pero hindi yun ang ibig sabihin ng speaker because in pragmatic meaning, the speaker is trying to tell you, will you pass me the salt? Pwede bang ibigay mo sa akin yung salt? Okay. So, in the response for that, the pragmatic response for that is kung you are the receiver of the information, what you will do is you will pass the salt to the speaker. Ibibigay mo yung salt to the speaker. Kasi yun naman talagang ibig sabihin ng speaker. Okay? So that's an example of pragmatic. Okay? Another one, I think this is the last, is semantics. When we say semantics, it is a subfield of linguistics which focuses on the study of meaning. So, the study of meaning, it tries to understand why meaning is an element language and how it is constructed by language as well as interpreted, obscured, and negotiated by speakers and listeners of the language. Okay, it focuses on the study of the meaning of that language. So it is closely linked with other subfield linguistics such as pragmatics, which is the study of meaning in context, However, unlike pragmatic, semantics is highly a theoretical research perspective, looks at meaning in language isolation and the language itself, whereas pragmatics is more practical subject and is interested in the meaning of the language in use. Okay? For example, in the semantic, a toy block could be called a block, a cube, or a toy. A toy block, pwede siyang tawaging laruan. It's a toy. It could be a block kasi block talaga siya. Pero actually, it can be it is actually the toy block. Okay, you are referring to a toy block, pero someone will say it's a toy, or someone will say it's a block or it's a cube because of the shape of that toy. Another one is a child. A child, pwedeng tawagin siya a child. It could be a kid, a boy, a girl, a son, or daughter. Okay? So one word, but it has many semantic meanings. Okay? How about the mother? Someone will say a mother, a woman. Okay? A lady. Okay? So that's it. Okay? That's an example of semantic. So that would be all for all the subfields of linguistics. If you can remember, what are the subfields of linguistics? We have, uh, let's go back. We have phonology, phonetics. We have syntax. That's number four. We have morphology, and we have pragmatics, and we have syntax, semantics. Okay, we have semantics. So that's six, I think, or five. Okay, now allow me to ask you one simple question. As a student, how do you use language appropriately in your daily conversation? Knowing the different subfields of linguistics, now my question is, as a student, how do you use language appropriately in your daily conversation? Now, if you have the answer in your mind, feel free to comment to write your comment in the comment section down below of this video. And if you are my students, you can tell me your answer during the class. But however, you can also do comment below if you want to answer this question. Okay? So once again, I will see you in my next class. Bye everyone.